But then when you put it with the drums, so then we built this original sample anew.
And again, I'm using like saturation, compression plugins on that to kind of give it that like dirty vinyl breakbeat feel.
This episode is being supported by Tapit. If you currently use voice notes to record your ideas, you should try Tapit instead. You've kind of lured us into this new world with Humble as the Sun, and then we go straight into the Prodigy or something like that, possibly, which is just one dimension, of course, of what Bob Vylan is all about, you know. But in terms of the origin of this song,
I think this one began just from, I think I was just making a beat, which again, it was Battery. Kind of got a very like, I don't know, some weird kind of old school hip hop sort of feel to it, but just this I don't know, just that roll kind of, I quite like that, and I just played that out, you know, just separate pieces, and then the drums are here as a just a sample,
yeah,
you know. But then, so it's a sample from Contact. But then Contact also, what it does is it gives you the ability to like have the sample separately. So that's how I was able to then have the opening kind of tom sound separate of in this, it's all together. But I like it. It's kind of like the shaker, but it sounds like a slowed down. You know? And then it's just building it up slowly, of just adding like little like other things in there, you know, and that's from Massive. Like just again, it's just another plugin that I use for different like kind of synth sounds, and
I mean, it almost sounds like somebody scratching, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And so, but then like, you know, I like to add like there's like a low end version of it, like, and then and the high, and then so very high.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of got like three different parts of it. It's all just playing the same thing. But then when you put it with the drums, it's kind of cool, you know, and it's simple. There doesn't need to be much, you know, happening. So it's it's like quite a simple, production wise, it's actually quite a simple track. There's not really much else happening other than those parts, like the drums. There's that synth kind of wobbly sound. I say wobble because I've got it on here as low wobble, high wobble, high wobble. You know? And yeah, it's just like, it's very simple.
Come through, who's that?
Track.
Two bobs, two black.
Like here it's just
Tattooed
drums and vocal, you know.
the ends on my chest, but never fell for the boob trap. Life.
Bobby, do you use an iPhone?
I do use an
You
iPhone.
do. So do you use your voice notes on iPhone to record any ideas?
I do, yeah.
You do. Well, we've got some friends who run a company called Tapit, and they've come up with a new version of a kind of voice notes app whereby you can record ideas but also mark them in real time, take pictures of the settings or the instrument that you're using, use a variety of microphone options within the app, and they've become our friends. They help bring this show to reality. And so I have a leaflet. You can find out all about it. But it is a really cool app, and it works really well.
You can record in stereo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
They use the full dimensions of your iPhone. Apparently, the iPhone has two microphones on there, and so if you actually use that, you can create different ways of recording.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
For
cool.
Sick. Thank you. Get it for free.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 versions. So there's a free version,
Okay.
and then there's a pro version, which adds all these extra dimensions to it as well.
Okay, cool.
They just needed something to kind of like solidify that low end, because the synths, the wobble synths, everything, like there's a lot of energy. There's so much going, like amazing energy in it, but it just needed that kind of like sub, didn't it? Just to kind of like ground it.
Yeah. But it was quite hard. I think we were finding it hard because of the low, because of this, right? That we're finding it hard sonically to kind of get something in there that fit.
Shall I play the bass that we ended up with? So it's really just doing that like low end, just getting.
So that's an 808.
Yeah. It's just letting everything else ride over the top of it, and then getting.
That sounds great on its own.
It does sound great, yeah.
So now we've got a real kit.
So that's everything. Sorry, this
on
is the real
top
kit.
of that. But was the whole rhythm played out, or was it individual hits, or?
Yeah, played the whole break essentially, and then because again, like I said, we were able to separate certain things from the original sample, like which is this kind of like a tom sounding roll, right? We were able to get the break played and then put this over the top of it. And then I think the shaker, the kind of pitch down shaker that you hear in the original break, I went in and kind of redone that with the samples that Battery offered, and we put that over the top. So then we built this original sample anew.
Yeah.
I'll play what we ended up with. So this is the drums that we ended up with. So various mics on the kit. A couple of the mics that we had, interestingly, were like in the corridor, which was behind the live room. Which sounded like this.
So that literally is outside the room.
Yeah.
But then let's hear it married in.
So it just kind of gives it a bit of another dimension, a bit of like space behind it. And again, I'm using like a bunch of saturation, compression plugins on that to kind of give it that like dirty vinyl breakbeat feel. FabFilter's Saturn 2 is also an amazing plugin, both Saturns. And then the Sound Toys, shout out to Sound Toys every time because that's so good. All of their stuff's amazing. So the Radiator is wicked as well for just warming up those sounds and giving it some grit. That's based on an old like Altec tube amp.
Did you use any of the outboard stuff at Marshall on this break as well? I remember us patching into Saturn over there, right?
Yeah, they've got some old like BBC compressors, which we used on some of the stuff. And then they've got an old Neve 80 series desk there, which is incredible. So we put stuff through that distortion unit as well. And then that ends up being nice and crunchy. So yeah, all the things that we do essentially to recreate what Bobby had done in the first place.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's
because
funny.
you could just go with that. And I guess maybe on the first couple of albums, you did just go with that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure.